Hey guys, welcome back to Mallorca. Today we hope to kickstart our second season. We got our new signings in yesterday. If you missed the episode and you're not sure who's new to the squad, then check yesterday's episode and you'll be able to find out. We were wheeling and dealing Harry Redknapp style, trying to get as much done as we possibly could. We could perhaps have done a little bit more if some players would have been open to loan moves, but alas, it is what it is. As ever, please do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this series and make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell ticked so you don't miss any more. We have what on paper should be a pretty straightforward month. Sabadell away, Mirandes at home, Logrones away and Castellón at home. Should be 12 points. If we genuinely consider ourselves title contenders this month, it is a 12-point haul today, and nothing less is acceptable. Mirandes are bottom, having lost their first 4 games of the season. Sabadell are 20th, having lost 2 of their opening 3 games of the season. Castellón are 18th, having won 1 and lost 2 of their opening 3. And just above us, actually, Logrones are 13th, having won 1, drawn 2 and lost 1 of their opening 4 games of the season. Should we win our third match day here against Sabadell, it'll put us up to 7 points, which could move us, if other results go away, into the playoff spots. So we know what we have to do. It's just a case of going and doing it now. And it should, fingers crossed, be a pretty straightforward day. I hope. It should be a pretty straightforward day. Whether it is or not remains to be seen. Unfortunately, Bay is away on international duty currently, so he can't be involved in this first match day. I'm contemplating actually giving Bella Kotchap a start, and also the same for Pudge. I was going to do the same for Bay, but it's not unfortunately going to be able to happen in this particular match day, but we'll try and get him involved over the course of the day. You can see, or could see, their lineup there on the left-hand side of it was pretty brief, so as we're on our way into the game, thankfully, load times are a lot less now on Next Gen, so I can just immediately, while still talking to you, go and show you their starting lineup. And they're playing a 5 at the back, with Hernandez and Gurazeta up top. 5 at the back says to me, hard to break down, but potentially dangerous on the counter. Sabadell, a side that we lost to the opening day of the league season last year with a sim, but beat in the second round of fixtures. And we should be beating them in the first round of fixtures today. Be lovely to get Brenner's first goal for the club if we can in this episode, and even in this game if possible. Kufre down the line to Dani Rodriguez, and inside is Brenner. And look at Febas pushing forward, and Mbula could be played through that gap, but Alex Koch has done well to step in there. They narrowed up at the back, and I don't think those little through balls into little avenues are actually going to work that well for us in this game. And now Ozkoidi is forward on the wing for them, trying to do me some damage. Get Mbula back involved defensively, but he can't get the foot in. Febas can't do that either. And now Cuevas has all the time and space in the world to tuck Sabadell 1-0 in front. Well worked. Fair play. But we still feel confident of being able to do something. It just, he's literally motionless there, the number 13. Just stands there, and it's almost as if he had, like, the coding had stopped working. He was just like, I'm not going to track that runner. I'm not going to track that runner. Oh, he's having a shot. Or maybe I should... Oh, he scored. Inside to Romero. And under Verena. Okay, Hernandez. Right, okay, Sabadell apparently mean business today. This is excellent work from them. And Gurazeta makes it 2-0. It's absolutely typical that I start the episode by saying this should be a pretty straightforward episode where we should hopefully get 12 points, cue 25 minutes into the first game, and being 2-0 down. I thought he was going to get the ball there. There you go. He does it on that occasion instead. Well done, Kim. Good defending. Shame we haven't been able to do that for their 2 goals. Now, I thought there was some space for Brenner there, and then an extra man appeared right next to me. Insua. Febas. And Mbula's making a good run, but Insua is there via Brenner. I'll go all the way across to Mbula, into Brenner, out of his feet, get the shot away, blocked well. Can't find a clear-cut opportunity to get ourselves a route back into this fixture so far. Those 5 at the back are proving to be very solid and hard to break down defensively. Right, strong second half, very much needed here. Very much needed. Insua with the first heavy touch to start things off. Doesn't necessarily fill me with confidence that we might be able to get ourselves back into this game. Does it you? Underbarena out wide to Ozkoidi. It was their counter-attacks that caused us all the issues in the first half. And they are probably not going to be quite so adventurous in this second 45. At least if they value their 2-0 lead. Anyway, I don't expect them to be pushing forward with quite such high intensity on those counters. Just happy to be in possession and get the ball away from me. And by doing so, they may actually work better opportunities by being a little bit more patient. Fabas will work this out wide to Danny Rodriguez, who's on the move. And he's around the outside of Sierra. And Brenner is there, but I'm not sure I can get it to him without the defender getting in the way. Insua, good touch. Show some strength, please. Well done, young man. Looking for Brenner, who's just not able to escape the defender. That's been the problem. If he turns there, he's got a clear-cut chance, and he hasn't been able to find the turn. But he could get played in here, but the ball from Insua's not that good. Here's Fabas. Support arriving. Will go out wide. Danny Rodriguez out of his feet. Come on, boys. Come on. We need it. We need it. Fabas. Looking for Brenner. Not able to find him again. Not had the final ball, let alone the final shot. Underbarena on the edge of the box. Not a foul, ref. Won the ball. I won the ball. Free kick for Edgar Hernandez to maybe give Sabadell a real gloss to the tie. And he'll do it too. 3-0 Sabadell. Koke Vegas at full stretch to try and keep that out. And even with a jumping wall, that's such a good free kick. Even with a jumping wall, I still couldn't get there. Oh, yeah, I don't think if I'd have timed the jump even better than I did, then it still wouldn't have made a difference. And Koke Vegas literally at full stretch, but no. Right. Well, you know, I said we'd kick off our season. I meant after the game against Mirandes, not this one. Meep. Final whistle sounds, and away from home, we have floundered and flapped and flopped our way to a 3-0 defeat to Sabadell. They had 3 chances, they scored every single one. We had 3 chances and couldn't find a way past their defence, if not their goalkeeper. I mean, they were just clinical. It's not like they were massively creative. They were just better. Never mind, I'll see you in the game against Mirandes. Mirandes were bottom of the table, having lost their opening 4 games and scored only 2 goals and conceded 8. This is the one that we should be looking to sim today. It's a home game as well, so in theory, this should be pretty straightforward. Ready? There I look. Oh, I've done an actual sim. Well done, Chez. Jump to result, please. 2-0 win. Thank you. Brenner off the mark. And Insua gets a goal too. Well done, Federico. Nice to see Brenner get his first goal for the club. And hopefully we can score with him in the next game as well. That 3 points, well, fires us all the way up to 10th. So close is the league right now at this early stage that 3 points could be the difference between what would have been, if there were other leagues, a relegation fight or a promotion fight. There's still a long way to go, though. Up next was Logroñez. Santa Maria in goal for Logroñez. They've got Roni and Velotti up top. I think it was a 4-4-2 for them. We'll find out in a moment when it changes. No, it's a 4-2-3-1. Velotti sat behind Roni. So they're mirroring our formation, where they're playing the wide variant, whereas we play the slightly narrower variant with the 2 wide midfielders a little bit further forward. Hopefully it works for us. We're in our white strip today, playing against a side wearing red, red and black. Hopefully the white kit can come through for us. I actually quite like this white kit. I've ordered the red one. I can't remember whether I mentioned it in one of the previous episodes. I've been intending to. I have heard from the club, and the shirt is on its way. Oh, the shirt is on its way, and it should arrive this week. So fingers crossed, we'll be wearing the Mallorca shirt in the not too distant future. Up we go with a header. No, we don't. The Logroñez were 18th in the league, or were we 18th? No, I think they were 18th. Insua. Oh, that's better. That's much better. Federico, where has that come from? He's not shown anything like that in the entire series so far. What a goal! Replay, please. Federico Insua has not even had an ounce of that sort of goal-scoring potential at all, ever. And then out of nowhere, a one-touch to set himself, a whipped finesse, and we lead by a goal to nil in quite some fashion. Goal of the season contender there. Certainly our best goal of the season so far, that's for sure. Driven to Roni. Nice tackle by Andres Andrade. We go, Brenner. Come on, Mbula, on the run, please. You've been an outlet for me in so many games, but so far today, you've been quite quiet. There's the ball, though. Fabas is in and misses the target. Not acceptable. Clear-cut chances like that didn't even arrive in the last game, so we didn't have the chance to take them anyway. This time, it's a clear goal-scoring opportunity, and Fabas has missed the target. That should be 2, and the game written off from Logroñez's point of view, and defeat incoming for them. But missing chances like that is unacceptable, and if Logroñez get themselves anything from this game now, because we're not taking chances like that. I'll lift this for Mbula, actually, and try and catch it first time and keep it low, but it's fizzed over the top. Kufre, he's been quiet so far this season, has to be said. Kufre, the left back, not done much at all, especially offensively. He was always an outlet for me last year, and I've barely even noticed him on the field, to be honest. His defensive work hasn't been amazing because, well, we've been losing games, and offensively, we haven't had any of those trademark left foot whips that offered up so many opportunities in the first season. Paulinho here trying to make Logroñez's pressure pay. They've had 1 shot so far in the game. Make that 2 now. And still, Koke Vegas yet to be truly tested by their front line. There you go. There you go. That's the opportunity I needed. Just to draw that defender away from Dani Rodriguez. To then dart inside, find a teammate, get it into Fabas, play it across again. And first time Insua gives us a 2-0 lead. Federico Insua is coming of age. This is what we haven't seen from him before. Grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck and hauling his team towards 3 points. Up to Rodriguez. Brennan with a nice turn. And rides the challenge well. Could potentially be given as a foul there. Rodriguez still has Brenner short in support. And I could have played through. Oh, good effort. I could have played through and looking for a hat-trick, but decided to go for it on his own there with Brenner. Wasn't sure if he might well have been offside. Movement on it was good. Bending away from the goalkeeper, but didn't quite set it far enough outside the goalkeeper to bend even further away from him. Oh, and a good header as well from Brenner there, but wide of the target. Does have a very high finishing stat, Brenner. I'm hoping that will come to his aid in a number of opportunities this season. I haven't clicked with him yet, but it does take a while to click with a new striker. And I'm sure eventually he will start banging them in regularly for us. I will always use that Emmanuel Sabi analogy or comparison. Man didn't score for 17 games and then led us to 2 promotions. So don't take anything for granted just because a striker hasn't hit the ground running and scoring goals immediately. Goals do come in time. Oh, that's a nice ball. That's a nice tackle as well. We've been so much more solid defensively in this game as well. It's just a much better showing from everybody. Brenner looking for Dani Rodriguez through that gap. He's got the pace to get there, Dani. And we could work it back to Brenner. And does he get his goal now? Yes, he does! The first goal I've scored with Brenner in a played game. We may have lost the first one 3-0. We'll be winning this one by the same scoreline. Insua and Sanchez. That's poor. That's poor. I was about to say I felt a lot better with Sanchez in the midfield. And then he goes and plays such a terrible pass. If we were at 0-0 still, and that pass could almost certainly, had it found its target, won us the game, then I would have been pretty annoyed at Sanchez. But considering we're 3-0 up, I'll let him off. Lovely first goal for Insua. Similarly, third for Brenner. And an excellent move that led to our second in between. We lose 3-0, we win 3-0. And 3 points on the board as well. That's 6 from a potential 9. Rather than 9 from a potential 9. But at least we've been able to bounce back from that Sabadell defeat with 2 solid victories. Let's go and do the same again, this time at home against Castellón. Castellón's 11 is, as you see it on screen. If we can make it 3 wins from 4, then I'd be pretty comfortable with that. It was a frustrating defeat to Sabadell, but if we can see off the threat of Castellón and get 3 wins from the 4 today and really catapult ourselves up the league, then yeah, I think it's a job well done today. We've had some high quality goals, and some frustrating ones conceded, but we've certainly been playing good football in spells, and it might not have been a massive kickstart to the season, but certainly it's got us moving in the right direction, and there's plenty to build on from here to move into the next couple of episodes on the run up towards January, and hopefully take us onto the next level. And that is where Brenner's higher finishing stat really comes into his own. He hasn't had that many clear opportunities to have an open shot at goal without pressure on him or a couple of men in front to try and pick a spot between, but give him a ball into a channel with space to just get an unopposed shot on target, and he will at least cause the goalkeeper problems, if not smack it into the back of the net. Back to Badiga, looking long over the top, but Andrade will win that. Ismail will just control it with the side of his face, and then we can come forward on some sort of counter-attack if possible. Bay gets the start on this occasion, and it's actually Fabas that I've dropped. Fabas is one of my highest rated players, but never feels like it. And that's been becoming more and more noticeable as time goes by. I'm going to look for Insua at the back post, and he is coming of age, young Federico Insua. Are we seeing the emergence of the young star at last? Perhaps so. This might be the start of the rest of his footballing future, this episode today, because he's scoring all kinds of goals. Great ones from the edge of the box that are whipped and a top quality just as an individual piece of brilliance. The ones where he arrives at the right time to take the ball to feet and hit an early first-time shot. The ones where he's arriving late at the back of the box to pop up with a header and actually utilise his 6'5" frame. That's what we've not seen from him so far in this save, but that's what he's starting to produce. And that's what I want to see from him, and that's what I'm delighted to see him doing. Fabas, as I was saying, has been one of my highest rated players, but he's also one of the players that just goes under the radar and never performs to the best of his abilities. So if anything, we were to move any central midfielder on that I currently have to try and improve the team, it may actually be the highest rated man that moves on that would make the biggest impact to the way that our midfield works. We definitely noticed the difference not having Sanchez in there, 73, 74 rated Sanchez for the first game, against Sabadell. On this occasion, I'm without Fabas, and our midfield is still ticking and still playing well. So I think, whilst I'm not going to actively look to sell him because he could still improve and he's growing well, and that overall performance could return for him, but I'm not sure if Fabas is going to be in my starting lineup for too much longer. As things stand, I might try and put a little bit of faith in Bay. I think it's just offside there, Brenner. It's a great finish. I think he was offside. We put the ball in the back of the net for a third time, but with 5 minutes to go till half-time, we will stay at just the 2. Kirhin into Cabillas. Good footwork. Cabillas is impressed in this game so far for the opposition. Badiga, Fidalgo, he's been decent too. And the space is kind of opening up for Badigo here. They're trying to work a good opportunity. Oh, and they have done. And it's a wonderful goal. That little reverse pass was not what I expected in that situation. And Badiga has snuck in. And just at the right time, before half-time, pulled them back in it. You can see the ball. Oh, it's a lovely pass. It's a lovely pass. It's a good run. And for his teammate to have the vision to find him, fair play, Castellón. They might be back in the game here. If only that third goal from Brenner hadn't been offside, we'd have had a much more comfortable scenario to head into the second half. As it happens, whoever scores the next goal may well dictate which way this tie falls. Mateu with a free kick, lofted in, knocked down, and Kakutalua, that's a hell of a name, could have had a shot there. Fidalgo does keep that in, but Ismail Casas pick up the loose ball, and now Bay can look to break. Out wide to Mbula. Turn away from the man that was closing me down. Insua's making a good run. He's not rapid in Sewer, but he does have some pace. High ball control will come in handy as well. Now, what can Brenner do here? Well, actually use the right back, Casas, and then whip it in towards the middle, where hopefully Insua can get to it again. Unfortunately, he can't, but we could keep the move alive. Pick up the loose ball. Actually going to come central here with Kim. And that's worked well. And Insua has Brenner alongside him. Look for the ball around the corner. The keeper thought about coming. Didn't. Brilliant save by Oscar. Brenner trying to play it back across goal like he did for his first in a opposite way to the goal that was scored on his right foot going across to the left side. Trying left to the right. And it didn't quite work. It's a brilliant stop by the keeper though. We'll try and finish the game off with a third goal if we can. Just noticed that Insua was the one that took that corner. I'm not entirely too sure why Insua was on corners. I certainly need to look into that. I think I've done that before and had the wrong man taking corners. Let's put Sanchez on both corners, shall we? He's not the tallest and does have decent passing stats, so I'll have to remember to do that in the menus after the game as well. Brilliant. Let's put Insua on it again. Obviously didn't make the change quickly enough. Danny Rodriguez down to Sanchez. Well, I thought for a moment he could have been the man to score the goal instead now that he was in the middle. But that was well blocked, and now he's there to take the corner himself. Insua is at the near post, or hopefully can make a run towards the near post. But he hasn't. That's going to fall to Kim, though, and it's in off the post. Brilliant header from Kim Min Jae, and he has his first goal for the club now too. 3-1 we lead. Bit of a bowl haircut, but we'll let him off. Brilliant header. I tried to find Insua, but you can see him pull away from the man that was with him. And it is a free header, so he should be getting it on target, and does. Perfectly placed away from the keeper, inside the woodwork, off it, and there we go. A 3-1 lead, and that should be game done and dusted now. Castillon have battled hard, but they just haven't quite had enough here. Although Fidalgo still showing that there is some quality in their play. Cream into Kubias. Good movement. Fernandez, cross... blocked well by Kufre. Nice to see him actually step up. I've been quite critical of some players at the beginning of this season. And some of them are actually stepping up to the plate. It's been a quiet day for Mbula, but he could end the day by having the final word. Mallorca 4, Castellon 1. This should move us up at least closer to the playoffs, if not into those playoff spots. We might well, after the first game, have gone from 18th into the top 6. Mbula's was the final word. A 4-1 win and a pleasing performance to go along with a pleasing scoreline. And overall, happy with the day's work, to be honest. Yes, certainly could have been better against Sabadell. But what you want when you have a poor performance is a response. And we got that response. We've also now sold Stoichkov. I didn't show you when the bid came in, but negotiated to £1.9 million with Galatasaray for Stoichkov. He is gone. So we have some extra opportunities to potentially do something in January, thanks to a little bit more money raised. We're still not massive. We won't get it until the January window opens, but it will up us to about probably closer to £4 million by the time we've messed with the wage budget, etc. So we could potentially look to bring a winger in. Waiting on the scout report from our youth staff out in Spain, but there's been some call to send someone to Portugal to look for technically gifted players. We'll send him for 6 months, and hope to find someone technically gifted. And then we will also, there's been some call to send someone to North Africa. So I'll send someone to Egypt and look for playmaker style players. You know what I mean? Players that are going to create, because occasionally we do lack a little bit of creativity. We've been good today though, and yeah, well, we do indeed. It does come to pass. I was correct. We've moved from 18th after the first game up to the top 6 with a string of 3 straight victories. Valladolid, who are in our division, as I mistakenly thought they weren't in the last episode, are up to the top of the table, level with Tenerife, both on 18 points, having won 6 of their opening 7. And tomorrow we start with Vallecano, who are 4th. So we could further improve our league position in tomorrow's episode. Well, in fact, there's 6 games tomorrow. Big month. Very big month. Vallecano, Sporting, don't recognise that one. Las Palmas, Almeria, and Valladolid themselves, who are currently top of the table. Who are you? I'm not sure who that is. Oh, it's Fuenlabrada, who are currently 12th. So, if we can build on today, tomorrow, then very, very pleased with the way that this season has started. It's taken a little while for things to click with the new signings, but Brenner's bagged a goal today and one in a sim as well. And Insua is finding his form and hitting stride. Hopefully, it's a stride that keeps him and us going for the full season. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on more. What's today? I'm not live on Twitch this evening. My next stream will be Wednesday, so join me then for that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you later.